My name's Sue Parson and I volunteer at Craylands Activity Zone. I'm the manager of the Hate Incident Reporting Centre and Bullying Hub.
Explain to me, what is the Craylands Activity Zone?
Craylands Activity Zone started off 9.5 years ago as an art and craft activity group for children on a disadvantaged estate, providing opportunities for inclusion and activities where they didn't have to pay, so they weren't excluded. Since then we've grown a lot. We're now online, we have a website, we have more activities, we have generally over 60 children attend each time that we're open, and we still provide lots of diversionary sports, arts, crafts, activities, parties and outings to aid social inclusion, which is really, really important.
Bullying doesn't go on still, does it? Surely not.
Bullying goes on in many different forms. One of the things that we're doing, calling it a hurt and bullying hub, is because most people don't realise what bullying is, and they certainly don't realise what hate incidents or hate crimes are. But most hate incidents and hate crimes are bullying. It happens everywhere. It isn't always the really, really nasty stuff. It can be the narky comments, it can be the niggling, it can be flicking things at you and laughing and sniggering behind your back. These are all forms of bullying, and the damage that it does to the person at the other end sometimes can't be repaired.
Is it true then that girls have a preponderance towards flicking and being annoying, and boys have a preponderance towards actual violence?
I would have to disagree with that. The age range that we have is 5 to 16. We find the girls may flick the boys' hair, and the boys are terrible for not wanting their hair flicked, and they may flick the girls' hair. But no, it doesn't necessarily mean boys are more violent than girls. Actually, girls can be as mean as boys, and boys can be as spiteful as girls.
You look at religion or belief, you look at transgender issues, race, disability, sexual orientation.
Yeah.
But you know, bullying can be about somebody who has red hair.
Exactly, and that's why we wanted to be that. You've got 5 strands of hate crime, which are the ones that you've mentioned. However, bullying is a much wider issue. It goes on everywhere, and the one thing we want to do is educate people, not to get people into trouble. We want to educate young children what they're doing so that they can understand that it is a form of bullying, and actually it could actually be a crime. What you're doing is a crime, and we want to help them by educating them to see what is right and what is wrong, and to help change their minds if that's the way that they're going.
It's all very well you saying this, but when little Johnny is in a class and for some reason he's different, whether he's got green eyes, red hair, and green skin, it's going to go on. What can little Johnny do? He feels it's his fault. He doesn't want to tell teacher. He doesn't want to come to CAS. What can you do for the little Johnnies and little Sallys who really, really are being bullied and are too frightened even to say something?
On the 13th of November, we've actually launched our Hurt and Bullying Hub online. It's available at www.casclub.co.uk. You can get advice on there on bullying, on cyberbullying, on being bullied on social networking sites and by mobile phones. It gives you the tools that you need to stop it from happening, to block it, to report it online. There's also a lot of links on there to external help and support and it's all based as children. It's not based as adults, which is really important. Most of the stuff is based at adults. This is all for children, so it's links for children to find out about bullying that's affecting them. It's links for children to find out about support that they can get and where they can get it from. There's also links on there where they can report directly, or they can leave messages on there to say that they would like someone to call them back or get in touch with them, and we will do that. And that can be anywhere. It doesn't matter what time of day or night it is.
When you're bullied at school, as I was, you're ashamed, you're embarrassed. You will not tell anybody because you fear that it will get worse, if it can possibly get worse.
That's absolutely true. And on there what we actually have is there's a part on there which is emotions and effects, and it shows you the sort of things that can happen, why people do these sort of things, and what you can do to get help. With this, you can actually go on and say anonymously, I have a problem, I'm in this school, I don't know what to do, we can then approach that school and say, we have had an anonymous thing, is if they give us our age, we know the year range, to make sure that it's just done generically in that school, that just for some reason or other they want to do a bit to make sure and reinforce that bullying is not happening.
In schools, it is a very small minority of people, of pupils, of students who are actually a bully. What I found, to my great dismay, when I was being bullied, it wasn't the bully that upset me, it was the fact there were 5, 6, 7, 12 children watching and not doing a thing to help me.
Bystanders. A lot of the time, the reason that they're not doing anything, they might even be your friends, but they're scared to help in case what's happening to you will happen to them. We had a girl just recently who's telling us that her friend was bullied. She told her mum, she told the teacher, the child got told off. It made it worse. But she felt angry because she now knows that that's going on and doesn't know how to help her friend. So she's come to us and she knows we've done the website, and she's told her friends to go onto the website, which is what she's done, and she's actually come on to say, this is a problem and I don't know what to do. So from there we can then build up a report, we can start talking, we can help them through, we can advise them the whole way through, we can support them the whole way through. They can do it anonymously if they want, and we will just go and speak to the schools or the areas or the youth clubs or the groups or wherever it is that they're in, and saying, look, we have had a child that is coming here telling us that they've got problems with bullying, could you do something about it?
Have you been shocked and amazed at some of the incidents that you've heard?
Yes, I would say yes. When we were setting this up, we have junior volunteers, and our junior volunteers actually act as peer-to-peer support and mentors. And when we was doing the interviews to put on who they are on the website, we was using descriptions. One of the descriptions that we used was, what would a person do if you've got 5 people standing outside their house and they've got to go out because they've got to go to school and they don't know what to do and where to go? And I said, you wouldn't be able to help them, and he told me that was me. That was me last year. That happened to me. And this is a child you would never think would get bullied, and it was happening, and he had to deal with it, and he had no support network, which is why he is now one of our peer-to-peer supporters. So if people want to come in or they want to talk online to someone the same sort of age as them, they can do that, even if it's just to say, I'm having a bad day. They can come on there and say they're having a bad day, and they may be able to say something to cheer them up. Just knowing that there is somebody there that does actually care makes a difference. It is really, really important. Regardless of what is going on, tell somebody. If you tell somebody, it's possible for you to get help. Do come to club, do go to our website, do talk to your parent, your teacher, your doctor, your nurse, your youth work group, but tell somebody, because with support, and you will get support, you can move forward.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Sue?
I would just like to say it is really important that young children get the help and support they need, because otherwise they will grow up into disillusioned adults, and we want them to have a really good childhood so that they can grow up into really good adults.
Gotcha. That was good.